you'd be looking your jobs handling this bullpen, wouldn't you?
Here you sitting there with a hat next to Pete Walker, see all the names on a piece of paper. Hey, I mean, look. Yeah, all right.
Lots to talk about today. First off, Whit Merrifield, he's been on fire. That change we talked about last week has actually happened. Hitting the leadoff spot against the Angels in all 3 games. Looks like he's going to do it this week as well. 17 for 39 since July the 20th. Almost a 400 average in the last month.
Yeah, I think the guy we need to give credit to is you, for crying out loud. You were, you either had some inside info last week, or I thought Davies, man, he's grabbing for straws, man. He thinks he's the GM of that team, and then sure enough, a few days later, because I shot the move down, that just shows you ought to be managing instead of me. No, you know what? He's always been a good player. You know, he's going back to his days in Kansas City. But he's just kind of that throwback, just a good baseball player, does all the little things. And you know what? He'll surprise you and burn you with a home run every now and then. But not an easy move to make either. Everybody thinks, well, no big deal. Just bump Springer down.
Well, let's talk about that conversation that John Schneider and George Springer probably had at some point. He hasn't had a hit since July 20th, as of this recording. What would you say to Springer in this sort of situation?
Well, I don't know what I'd say, because I already told you I wouldn't have done it. But now But that's why I got fired. That's why I'm sitting here doing this show. The key to this whole thing is talking to him instead of just the first day they did it, he shows up at the park and call him in and tell him, you got to prepare a little bit sooner than that. Say, hey, we're thinking about doing this. You got any thoughts on that? Maybe not just, hey, we're doing this today. That's it. Take it or leave it. Because, you got to give these guys respect for what they do. And you got to make sure you prep these guys and give them some heads up,
Alejandro Kirk is 12 for 25 as we tape this. OPS just under 1,200 in the last couple of weeks. The bat's woken up, but we still have Danny Jansen. He deserves more playing time. So you have 2 catchers in that position playing very well, swinging hot bats. How do you handle that situation?
That's not easy either. I'm a huge Danny Jansen fan. I know the team wins when Danny's back there, right? And Danny's been one of the most clutch hitters. Analytics doesn't believe in clutch, but I guarantee you the guys in that dugout believe in clutch. He's stepped up probably more than anybody, I think they still base their decision on who's playing. A lot of it has to do with who's pitching that night and their framing ability, It's a good problem to have. You know what? Kirky had the 2 big home runs the other day, too, Put it this way, you can throw either one of them out there.
Jordan Hicks is the newest member of the Toronto Blue Jays. Timing's pretty good considering that Jordan Romano is on the DL. When Romano comes back, is Hicks your 8th guy? Because there's a guy named Eric Swanson who's been dynamite. Check out the podcast, by the way. Gibby's going to have Eric Swanson on this podcast. Do you look at the 3 of them and kind of figure out 7, 8, and 9? And it almost makes sense in this situation, doesn't it?
They had a good bullpen before they picked up Hicks, right? Cabrera came over, has been lights out for him. You're gonna have so many options to go to now. You could just kind of draw from a hat. Put it this way, they're definitely in a position to win now. There's no question about it.
Want more John Gibbons takes? Sports Interaction is the official gaming partner of Gibby. Join us every Wednesday and Friday for Gibby's takes around Major League Baseball and, of course, the Toronto Blue Jays. Click the link and subscribe to our YouTube page today.